Okay, and we are on air.
Let's go.
Man, I'm freezing. I don't know how you're doing this right now.
Hey, a lot of training with the body, man.
Yeah?
A lot of training, a lot of grounding in all types of weather.
All right, so one of the reasons why I did pick outside, obviously unaware of how cold it is, but one of the reasons I did is because, I mean, your journey has been a lot of growth and experience and like finding yourself
Yes.
in nature and being in, this world that God created for us to just enjoy and be one with. How was that journey like for you, like kind of switching gears and kind of like going back to your roots, I guess?
Yeah, it was definitely a big difference as far as, mental health, as far as what I was, my thought pattern, it was more out there, I would say, before the grounding, before me getting out in nature and me finding myself, me loving myself. Because I tell you right now that in my past, I was at a point where I didn't love myself. I didn't love my body. I didn't love, like, my mindset at times, But, finding a way, as far as me just doing this, grounding with my feet in the grass or touching the grass and just a lot of alone time, cleared a lot of fog up in here mentally.
Yeah.
And that literally was the game changer as far as me loving myself more and just being myself and being comfortable with my voice again. Because one thing I did ask, along my journey more than anything was learning how to communicate. And there's a million ways of communication, but that communication that you have with yourself is very, very important. I believe it's number one that we have to like literally take serious as far as talking to ourselves nicely, saying affirmations to keep ourselves going and stuff like that. So that change right there uplifted me, and that's why I love to do what I do and just remind people like it's just that one step that could literally change your life. As far as grounding and what that does for you as far as healing the body and all type of things, even hugging trees, you're exchanging energy, and energy is everywhere, it's everything. So that's how I felt as far as the switching the gears of my past into where I'm at right now mentally. I'm definitely became better with communication. Because I could go on lives for like hours. I could talk to now for hours. Back then I would be shy, or I would be like, yo, what would this person say if I say this? Or I just would be caging myself a lot of times. And right now, where I'm at today, I'm more freer than I ever been. That's why I always say, be as free as the air we breathe. It's very important that we do this, as far and feel that way each and every single day, and not like put something that the world is pushing, with their agendas and stuff like that upon you. You can still be yourself, you can still love yourself and appreciate everything that you're doing. So that's pretty much it.
All right, that's the warm up.
Yeah. That's definitely the warm up because I'm feeling way better.
Word, cool, word. So this is artist to artist.
Yes.
I definitely wanted something that, was very interactive in a sense of like us getting to understand each other on a deeper level. Now, like, I've known you for years, so like there's a lot that I do know, but I feel like also in our time apart that we both got to grow in different directions. So I'm kind of excited to go through this journey of answering these questions, because I feel like there's still a lot that we can learn about each other and a lot that we can share with each other's audiences. So let's dive into these questions. Do you want to go first, or you want me to
I'll
first?
go first.
All right, cool. How has art impacted the relationships around you?
Ooh. That alone speaks volumes to me, because the more I am focusing on my craft as far as the art within my music that I have, or the art of being myself, that is literally sending ripple effects to my whole environment around me. I see the change around my parents, my family, my friends. The more I'm in tune with myself and what I'm doing, it's so funny. I'm meditating one day, and my niece see me meditating. She's only 3 years old, and she's like, "Uncle Don, what you doing?" And I said, "Meditating. I'm breathing. I'm calming down everything in my body." And she's like, "Oh, I want to try." And that was like a highlight, to me, because it be the small details, that will change everything around you.
Yeah.
And people will start noticing the change. It's funny because people don't. I don't want to say. Let me get this right, but but when people see a certain way, a certain pattern that you're going as an individual, they begin to be curious and will figure out like, yo, why? How is this person doing this? Or like even right now, I'm barefoot. It's like 46 degrees. But to me, it's like I adapted to this. Like I understand the frequency. I can make my body feel hot. I can tell. It's like a knowing that I have. More or less like and. I know that I'm making a change within myself, so I know my environment is going to change. And once you have that type of mentality of accepting the change and embracing it, that's when your reality starts to change, literally, wherever in the direction that you want it to go to, and it starts mentally first, and then the body follows, just like a breath. You when you take a deep breath, you can literally heal yourself by just telling your breath, I want all my energy to focus on a certain area, part of my body, until once you take that deep breath, you let it all out, And it's about, like I said, speaking to yourself nicely. And then, like I said, the more I kept saying like affirmations and stuff like that, and just doing lives and, making this YouTube channel about mental health and affirmations and just pushing this being mindful and being yourself, loving yourself type of art. And that's art to me too, know, not just music and stuff like that. It's art in everything that you do.
Yeah.
So it's not even about perfecting your craft more, it's just more or less like being your authentic self. So that's how I'm being able to see the change around me, and it's really having a big effect, because trust me, sometimes I'm on these lives on Instagram and stuff like that, and it'll be some random people that will hop on and just listen to me, and then later down the road be like, yo, what you said this day, impacted my life. And it'd be those type of moments where that you're doing something, you're being of service. And that's what I had to figure out, one of my other questions was, how can I be of service in general, not only to myself, but, to others. That's how you really make the big change, is by making the change within yourself first, and, going through that, through the ups and downs, etc., and then making that change to do it for others, so that's how I felt like, my art that I'm perfecting right now. Well, I'm not even perfecting, it's already perfected, and I know that
perfected in its in
its own way too. So, but yeah, that's how I see it.
All
Great
right,
question.
so should we do a back and forth, or should we?
Yeah, let's do it back and forth.
All right, cool.
I already know my first question.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. Who's Chemistry?
Who is Chemistry?
Now, like the Kim that I know, from the past. But how did you grow to this Chemistry? Because we're all shedding just like a snake. We're all leaving past versions of ourselves. So this stage where you're at now, this Chemistry today, who is that?
Well, I would say like the Chemistry in the past was definitely one that was very narrow-minded, very focused on goals that are like tangible and like things that accolades and a lot of those things that kind of I was very, very focused and gravitated toward like that whole limelight theory, or like everybody wanting that limelight, and not necessarily even understanding what it is that I wanted, but just wanting what everyone else had. And I feel like it's even a process for me now that I'm still growing out of, but I've become a lot more aware of understanding that the art of being a creator is a journey in itself. I think that I had to understand that I'm a creator, and many facets, you know.
Okay.
Like, I'm not just an artist. There were times where I would create a project, and like once I was done with that project, if I wasn't being an artist, I was depressed because I didn't know my identity. I didn't know myself outside of being an artist, and I had to start to understand that there were other parts to me that made me like a human being that's impactful in this world. Like, just even shifting from, you know, music to teaching filmmaker to like to students, and then like shooting films, and then like taking even a break from that, and, you know, being a person that's, you know, in a relationship and contributing to that relationship, and understanding how I'm helping this person grow, or being a child, you know, with my parents, and visiting them and interacting, and what it means to be a good daughter. Like, understanding that all of these different parts of who we are as people make us whole. And like that, you know, my identity doesn't just live in me being Chemistry, the rapper, or, you know, the artist. That there are different layers to who I am as a creator, and that's both in the world of art and in the world of just being a human. So I think that's how I define chemistry now. I think overall, you know, I'm a creator that creates both in the real world and in the world of art. And my ultimate goal is to inspire people, to teach people when I can, share knowledge and wisdom when I can, because none of this is just for me. Like, he's not putting it in me to keep to myself. You know, it's just like my biggest goal is to just continue to empty my vessel. Like, just be as empty. I want to leave, if I ever leave this earth, or when I leave this earth, I want to leave empty. And know that I've given as much to the world that I possibly can.
I love that answer. That's very deep that you said it like that. Because there is so many layers when it comes to us, you know. So for you to just break it down and start knowing that, you know, it's truly amazing. Because like I said, we'll definitely get lost so many times with being and seeing other people and their stories and their journeys. And then some of us, we don't even know that we do this, but, you know, we usually tether and take other people's journey upon ourselves. Like, we're living other people's journeys. When we should be focusing more about ourselves, knowing ourselves, and figuring out our own purpose and our growth and stuff like that. So I definitely understand that. That was a great answer.
Thank you.
Appreciate
that. I mean, honestly, it's still a journey. Like, I feel like, you know, sometimes I do still have to check myself in a space where it's like, all right, you know what, Kim, chill. Like, you're running after the wrong things, you know? And like, but I think that the biggest thing is that awareness. Like, now being able to catch it and stop it, or like, you know, at least be able to analyze it and make the proper changes, as opposed to, like, there was a point where we were living unaware. We were living unaware in this world, wondering, why am I upset? Why can't I move forward? Like, why? All of these questions, these whys, and like, it lived in like having that conversation with yourself and beginning to understand the why behind the feelings.
That's very great. I like that.
So, what do you do when you feel a lack of inspiration?
It's funny that you say that. I do just this.
We here. We doing it right now.
We're doing it right now. This is exactly what I do. You know, I just love to get out in nature as much as possible, because, like I said in my last question that I answered, you know, I'm finding myself with doing this, being more simpler. And we had this discussion off camera, you know, about being simple, you know, not complicating things, you know, as far as, even like I said, there's squirrels running around here just being squirrels right now. You know, that's how we should be living, just making things simpler and just being more, you know, not trying to complicate this stuff, you know. And when I find myself just losing any type of inspiration, or just, I don't even want to call it slacking, you know, just what fills me back up is just grounding and just going exploring. And I always tell people that too, you know, go out and explore more. You know, the more new sceneries you see, the more new ideas, the more new mindsets you'll have, and just you feel more alive when you see new things. You keep seeing the same thing, it's gonna be like you're running around in circles, seeing the same thing over and over and over and over. You're gonna get tired eventually, you know. But that also comes with, you know, leaving your comfort zone. I feel as though a lot of people, you know, get stuck in their comfort zone and scared to take risks, but you gotta understand to take risks. And that's something I do every single day. Like, this is taking a risk, you know. Who's coming outside at 46 degrees barefooted? You know, I am. I'm willing to take that risk, you know, just to experience something like this. This is how much trust I've gained for myself, you know, as far as, and that's what I'm saying as far as the art and anything that I do is, everything that I do is like, it's falling under some category of art, and me learning how to not even perfect it, but just be it, do it, you know. And like I said, this is my motivation right here, being at peace, exploring, you know, music is always there, you know, as far as creativity, that me being outside, once again, if it gives me a new outlook on life. And the more the journey, the more I do stuff like this, the more like literally new ideas come in, new thoughts. You know, I can just rap about, yo, I was at this park with Kim now, yo, and just put that in the lyric. It'd be the, like I said, it'd be the simplest things, you know, that type of stuff that just
triggers
triggers like just everything to get the juices back flowing, you know. And like, it's different for everybody. So I would never sit up here and say like, yo, just because I'm doing it, it might work for you, you know. You gotta find your own way as far as what you love to do, you know, and then do it. Continue to do what makes you happy, and this is what makes me happy. This is what I can always count on. Even looking at the sun gazing, that junk does everything for me. Like, I literally consider the sun like my best friend. When it's up, you know, that means I'm up. You know, I gotta be up. I gotta say what's up to it, you know, and that's how I've been taught. You know, as far as appreciating what I have already and what's around me, you know, because everything around me is inspiration and motivation. Yeah. You know, so I'm just thankful to just be and see it and experience it all. So, yeah, so this like I said, you're going to get some simple answers from me, because
I love it.
I love just doing
it's
regular
like
things.
there's complexities in the simpleness though, like, but just like, because it has to be hard to our minds in some way to be simple, because we're not doing it.
Yep,
like,
for real.
So many of us are not doing it.
It's very, very true.
So yeah, do you remember your second question?
No, I'm So what's inspiring you to do what you do now? As far as creating, you know, as far as creating, your music, your content, your films, etc. What is inspiring you to do all of this, to keep you going?
Honestly, I feel like we talked about it a little bit in the car, but like, it's definitely my peers. I feel like the people to the left and the right of me who are constantly creating and showing themselves in their light, and just like the things that we are capable of doing, and knowing that, you know, we come from similar spaces and that certain things are possible inspires me. And I feel like in turn I feel obligated to inspire those around me as well. I think, you know, inspiration comes from life. It comes from experiences. And I've been going through a lot of experiences lately, like both good and bad, but I feel like all of it is good in a sense, because it allows me to understand the spectrum of emotions. And it's a lot less of like just a one-sided feeling. You know, you can't really understand how it truly feels to be happy if you're not sad, or vice versa.
Yes.
So like, going through, you know, great, like really good experiences, and then also dealing with some of the tough ones, I think have been layers of inspiration for me, and has allowed me to like open doors to just different conversations or different ways of even articulating the way I feel. I think, you know, if I didn't experience the bad, then I wouldn't be able to really articulate some of these feelings and stuff that people connect to.
Yeah.
It's so it's both of those things. It's like it's also this idea of like being able to take something that's absolutely nothing. Like artists have like a crazy gift. Like we can literally think a thought
Yeah.
and turn it into something that's living, breathing, physical, that somebody can relate to and interact with in a way that changes their mindset. Like when you do your lives, like you're changing someone's mindset. Or like the fact that a song was just a song in your head, and then you put it in words on paper. Then you got people, and y'all shot a music video. Little music video plug right there, out now, after dinner.
After dinner, out right now. Let's go watch that.
But the fact that that was all in your mind at one point, and now it's here.
Yeah.
It's just like it's kind of like a sort of magic to it for us as creatives to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
true musicians, man.
Yeah, that's what inspires me.
That's amazing. I like that. All right.
Yeah. So, have your goals shifted as an artist?
Yeah. I believe, like, along my journey, I believe everything is shifting. Everything. My mindset, my outlook on life, and just, like I told you before off camera, as far as my music, I was so into like the likes, the views, like we talked about, the comments, and just wanting to, I guess I was craving just like the reaction,
feeding the ego.
Yeah, more than just being okay with what I'm doing. And that's everything shifted along my journey as far as like my spiritual awakening and stuff like that. And it helped me understand that I just want it to be, if I'm happy with what I'm creating and I'm able to actually put out something, that's everything to me. Like I said, I don't, if some people want to be famous and all that and don't even understand, the meaning of the true meaning of being famous, it's all you're doing is being liked by like 10 people, but now it's like probably 1 million people. But does that change your outlook on how you feel about yourself? And that's something like I got into that ASAP very quickly, as far as just loving just what I'm doing, so it's definitely shifting, day by day, just like you said, with experiences and the more, like I said, the more I explore, literally just everything changes. And that's why I encourage people, if you can, get up and just go explore as much as you can. The world is super huge. It has so much, to offer you, but you wouldn't know if you just keep staying in your comfort zone or isolating yourself away from all this beauty here, so just get out here, experience more, explore, do different things, break routines, you know, it's okay, it's definitely okay, because I used to be that person strictly with the code, with routine and stuff, but if you look down at life, there was no handbook to how to live life. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. There was never no handbook to how to live life. So you gotta understand, to be free, and don't allow the outside noise to dictate your life and what you should be doing, what you could be doing.
Yeah.
Just do what you gotta do and make it the best that you wanted to make it, and everything will be a-okay. Like I said, my best is different from somebody else's best. I'm this is satisfying to someone else, is not satisfying, but that's what I'm saying. We're all different, and that word being mindful is very important too, of just where we're at mentally, internally, is very important. So to me, I'm shifting literally like every day.
Every day.
I'm just like a chameleon,
Now,
just trying to adapt.
I do have a quick follow-up question. Now, was it just that, like that shift, that conversation that you had with God, or what do you feel like age plays a part in it, or do you feel like that doesn't matter necessarily?
Nah, age doesn't matter. There's children right now who got so much wisdom in them, it's not even funny. They'll school us. This is why I'm saying we're not. To me, it's like we're all children for real, and the only difference we have, upper hand with children, is that we just been here longer. That's it. That's really about
true.
it. You know, you just been in this video game longer than I have, but I still have so much wisdom. Like a kid will literally give so much wisdom and so much knowledge if you just sit there and listen. You know, so to me, age doesn't matter because wisdom doesn't have any type of age on it or limit. You know, it literally will seek and go through anybody.
Yeah.
Like wisdom has no barriers. Knowledge has no color, no nothing, no age limit on it. It has none of that. You know, it will literally go into in and out of bodies. People being used to just speak information, wisdom, and whatever it is for that time, for that moment too. And this is why it's very important to be within the moments because, like I said, we be having certain conversations that are literally life-changing.
Yeah.
You know. But you gotta understand how to appreciate the moment while it's here, while it's now. That's you know, true. Not just next week from now, or a month from now, and be like, oh, yo, this happened. You know, you gotta enjoy it. You know, because it's those type of things when a week, a month from now, we like, dang, yo, it was that time. We was having fun.
Looking
you know?
back at it. Yeah, you never in it. You're looking back at it all the time.
So just be more within your moments, you know.
Facts. All right, what's your question?
Sweet Caroline. All right. Did you ever feel like quitting music?
Ooh, yes. Yes, I have. And once again, it was that frustration with the idea of I'm supposed to be here at this time in this moment, and it didn't happen. And now, you know, because of that, I feel like, you know, I'm sick of it. I want to quit, or like they don't understand me, and I was owed this, and you know, like we feel like, you know, we're owed so much out of life, and I feel
that's very true.
like you owe me this. Why does anybody owe you anything?
Yeah,
no one owes you a damn thing. But it's like, you know, we had these expectations, and when they fall short, we become dissatisfied with our root, and my root is to create. Like, then I should always be satisfied, because so long as I'm creating, I've done my job. So long as I'm happy and I'm comfortable with existing in the creator that I am, and I create something and I feel satisfied with it before it enters the world, then I should feel the same way about that thing once it's in the world, whether or not people agree with it or not. You know? And I feel like, you know, getting rid of like some of those emotions and those attachments to like the physical thing or the things that I can't control, because anything that I can control, I'm satisfied with. When I'm making the project and I'm in the room and I'm like, oh, this crazy right here. Like, I'm the happiest about that project. But when it enters the world is when we start to change our perceptions of things, because other people have opinions, and other people are the people responding, and we're allowing them to dictate how we should feel about our art. And that's just not where it's at. Like, that's just not where it's at anymore. So I feel like the process of letting that go is allowing me to love creating and stick to what it is that I'm doing indefinitely, rather than, you know, just quitting because I feel like the outside world doesn't agree with what I've created.
Okay. And it's funny because I totally agree, because I felt like that too, you know, as far as the outside world just getting them like, yo, you're not doing this, you're doing that, and that definitely added like pressure upon me. I felt like, you know, especially the early time in my music too, you know, and just being around other artists, you know, that, and just seeing their progress, and then I'm looking at myself like, dang, yo, I'm not even moving, or it's like I wasn't appreciating what I was doing.
Yeah,
and
like
that'd be the downfall.
Journeys.
Yeah, and that'd be the downfall right there when you start doing that, you know, pinpointing. So yeah, that was a good answer.
Thank you. Let me see, what's my next question for you? Okay, so I said a lot of people downplay the idea of a 9-to-5 Why do you think that so many people are looking for alternatives when it comes to how they make their money?
Well, and that's a great question, because I mean, no disrespect to anybody with 9 to 5s, but you got to understand, that you come first, and you got to love what you do. A lot of people are really being forced into certain jobs that they're not satisfied with, and they're coming home and bringing that negative energy and that drama from that work, etc., back home, and now you're not creating just because something that happened at your job
that you took home with you.
Yeah, you didn't even probably mean it, know. And I always talk about this is intake, and it'd be some stuff that we just listen to, or some stuff that we're around, the body is around. So now you're numb to that, and now you're accustomed to this type of feeling, and then you come back home, like I said, you get back home, you feel like not creating or working on your own business.
Yeah.
And I told you before, man, it's just like, I don't know. Like, to me, you gotta love what you do. Do something that you love to do. So if there's definitely alternative ways you want to go about doing something or making some type of income, do it. You gotta learn how to trust you, and trust your inner wisdom and what you have. You are already successful, and that's what people also don't understand, because it's like we're chasing success when we're already successful. You're breathing, you're alive, you're a creator, you can get out here and create something. And this ties in with the imagination. Some of our imaginations are being wiped out due to the 9 to 5s. Nobody's given their something. Like, I feel like everybody has something within them that they could create and change the world. But doing sometimes, like I said, and I'm not saying this happens all the time, because there's probably people that work 9 to 5s and still change the world. But they'll feel like that pressure of losing that imagination, their imagination to create, imagination to build within themselves, because you're giving so much time, so much energy to a certain company, that at the end of the day, they could do whatever with you. They can leave you, drop you, pick somebody else up, do whatever. Like, you're temporary to them, and I feel as though, you can't treat yourself as that. You gotta understand how important it is that you have a gift, you have a talent, you have something, an idea, something within you that you'll be able to showcase to the world. And you gotta learn how to trust that. You gotta learn how to trust your product. That's another thing where you're seeing a great shift to that now. A lot of people are doing like their own businesses, pumping their energy into their own things now. It wasn't like that before. Trust me. Everybody was lining up for 9 to 5s.
That's true.
Everybody was looking at, I need a job. It was more like that compared to right now. Right now, everybody's on their own type of business, and they want to do it their way. But I also know, by doing your way, it's like we got to step into playing their games, getting LLCs and all this other stuff, paperwork, and it just sucks, because it was at a point, what if we didn't like scratch paperwork off, what if you were able to be free and to do what you had to do? There's a lot of great inventions that haven't been put out just because of paperwork, just because of certain things. And that's, I don't know, to me, you're seeing a great shift, a great change right now in our economy and the system too. So as far as 9 to 5s, they'll be wiped out soon. Even when it comes to
Y'all don't got much longer.
Word, because even right now, as far as employees and stuff like that, they already on some AI technology stuff, and they already trying to figure out, like right now in New Jersey, there's like so much tolls. They cut so many people off that was literally in the toll booths, what I mean? Now
it's like the overhead now. Like,
It's Easy Pass.
You have to own an Easy Pass now.
You see how they forced that?
Yeah.
They took you out, and now they just pushing everybody to one thing. So now make it so, because they in their head they thinking like a constant flow or something that's gonna change, just by you getting scanned now. But that's just AI technology doing what it does best. Man-made stuff. But Yeah, man, that's how I feel about 9 to 5s. Ain't nothing literally wrong with it to me. Like I said, I don't judge anybody. If you feel like you gotta get a 9 to 5, get a 9 to 5. But just understand, that comes with something. That comes with whatever it comes with. Because jobs these days are pretty wild. But when you want to take it upon yourself and trust yourself and do it your way, man, all bets are off for you. There is no limits to life. We gotta understand to stop putting limits on ourselves. The more we do that, the more caged we feel. I believe. But to each his own. And like I said, I will never sit up here and try to dictate somebody's life. Like I said, there's no handbook to this.
Yeah, sure enough ain't.
So just be the best you can. And do the best you can. I just want you to be happy. That's it.
Yeah, and then working those 9 to 5s, don't lose yourself and your imagination.
Word.
Your heart. That's
what
the
it
biggest. I'm not opposed to them. I just feel like you saying, what comes with that is like that stress management, and then like that whole idea of like losing yourself in essentially someone else's dream, because somebody owns the business.
Yeah. That's very true.
Losing yourself in someone else's dream, just don't get lost in it, and understand what your ultimate goal is. Because I mean, not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But find a way to be you in being in a 9 to 5.
Like I said, there's a lot of people that just want to just be. They just want to live, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Truly nothing wrong with that. But if you look at the society today, they'll tell you there's something wrong with that. What? You're not working, you're not doing that. They'll just find some type of way to take the focus off of you. And that's why I always talk about you. I don't like talking about distractions. I don't like talking about politicians, all this other stuff, That's out of your control, literally. And you got to understand that. We all got to understand that as individuals, There's a lot of certain things that just totally out your control. You shouldn't even try to sit up here and try to control somebody, That was always the backbreaker for me, as far as people trying to dictate other people's lives and take control of them. There's certain things that's literally out of your control. Like if the sun wanted to send off a big ass solar flare, then it's over. That's something that's out of your control.
Over.
It's just out of your control. So you gotta understand how to control yourself, and that's the thing. People don't even know how to control themselves. Self-control. They don't know how to do none of that, but over here trying to control other people. That's where the mishaps happen, the misfires, and all that other stuff. So,
facts.
We could go on for days with that. Truly,
for sure. Oh, here, sure.
Okay, we on question number 5. What would your perfect room look like?
Ooh, my perfect room. It's definitely something artsy. Like it's probably like surround sound speakers in the walls. It got like 3 different like walls, like one all black, one green screen, one all white, like something where it's like it got dope. Some couches. You definitely got, we got the Mac desktop with hella storage. Probably like 3 monitors, something like a console for production. Like literally the room is like a work zone. Like you come in there, I would want to, like, that space I could invite artists in and then just lock everybody in a room for 2 days and be like, we're coming out with a project.
I love that.
Like that is literally my perfect room. Being in a space where I could create with a bunch of artists and just feel comfortable and just happy about it.
I love that answer. And the reason why I asked you that is because even a certain question like that will spark your imagination.
Yeah.
Because now it'll make you think, like,
wait, how am I get this
perfect room?
I need this room.
Like some people's perfect room, they got like Dexter Laboratory. You know what I mean? Got a whole laboratory
science,
underneath your room. So yeah,
somebody got like just a straight kitchen. They I just want to chef up in there, like everybody got their own thing. But like somewhere where I have all the tools to create. And I'm telling you, like lockdowns, like I want to host lockdowns with artists. Like 8 artists, 2 days. What we doing?
That'd be dope. That'd be a lot of creative stuff going down.
Yeah.
As far as getting everybody different aspects of areas of their lives and putting that into something.
Yeah, it's just
that'd be really, really dope. Really, really dope.
I think it's such a dope experience to go through that. I mean, like. Well, we kind of had something like that when back when I was with Queena when we did the Create Retreat. We had the artists come together for 3 days and just create, and that experience in itself was just like something where it was like, we need to do this again. Like this needs to be a regular thing where you put artists in one room and just it's just creation. It's like what you're there to do. Everything that was going on the outside world just gets shut down and like you're focused on just the task at hand. I think that is just the most incredible feeling. And I would love to just host stuff like that on a regular basis.
Hey, speak it into existence. It starts with that.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree. I like that. I like that.
So what I got for you here?
That was question 4, by the way, y'all. My bad.
That was 4? Oh yeah. Would you consider yourself an entrepreneur? And if so, what are some of the alternative ways you make an income?
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I feel like everybody's their own entrepreneur. Everybody's creating something, and they don't even know that they be creating it. And as far as what I'm doing, I'm in what I want to push after my music and stuff like that, is the smoothie company, this health smoothie thing, and getting that in order. Also starting my clothing line and stuff like that. So all that's in the work, but yeah, I definitely see myself as an entrepreneur because I have so much ideas, and I be literally in the studio or out in the park like this, and I'm just in my head, in my imagination, just creating things, and it's about me being bold, which is the theme today, and having that confidence within myself to push this idea out.
Yeah.
And it starts with motivation, it starts with being inspired and stuff like that, and I don't know, I just find ways, like I said, to just pinpoint and to do stuff,
Yeah.
To me, I make it as simple as possible, That's what I'm learning, not to just complicate something, but just make it just so simple,
Yeah.
So that the average consumer could understand, and that's what it's about, being an entrepreneur, how can people relate to me, or this product that I've got going on, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of smoothies people, the companies that's out here, but what's gonna be different with mine, you gotta figure that, you gotta wait and see, but it's just certain ways and techniques that, that I've learned, just embracing my journey, embracing who I am, it's just allowing myself to flow consistently, and the more I'm doing that, it's like the more inventions I'm coming up with. I'm always writing on my board before I go to sleep, just a reminder of like, yo, you can do this. There's an app that I'm gonna start, called, that I want to start. It's called the U app, and I ain't gonna break too down because y'all gonna try to get me, try to take my invention. But it's gonna be definitely dope, as far as reminding you of you, and allowing yourself to be yourself, to love yourself, to appreciate what you're doing, and just giving yourself just a chance, just to experience you for once, because we love to experience other people, but do you actually love yourself, to consider yourself as an entrepreneur? Because like I said, even doing this artist to artist, this is some entrepreneurs right here, literally, you could literally start a whole wave of this, to get podcasts, you could be doing this. This is artist to artist, turn this to a whole $1 million company, so I feel as though, we're all entrepreneurs, even down to our children. You know, there's a kid right now making millions on YouTube, and all he doing is trying out food, playing with toys. He an entrepreneur.
For
you know,
sure.
that's crazy. You know, but everybody has that within them. You know, so yeah.
Ooh, we running out of light.
Mm-hmm.
We may or may not finish, but we got some juicy stuff up in here anyway. Oh wait, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So this will be 5 though.
There we go.
What movie title best describes your life?
What movie title?
Mm-hmm. If you could think about any movie, what movie describes your life?
I'm gonna say Toy Story.
I should.
I'm gonna say Toy Story because I feel like I got these like a bunch of little ideas and things running around in my brain that, like, to the outside world it looks like something that's standing still or isn't moving, but like I see the entire backstory of what's going on with that thought, and it's like, when you think about something like the entire journey it took for Woody and Buzz and Toy Story 1 to get to like the car in the end where Andy thought he lost his toys.
Yeah,
it was just like,
that's
dang,
crazy.
like the people don't know anything that happened with the toys in their journey, but like you get this end result of boom, oh, I'm happy again because my toys are right here with
Yo,
me.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like,
That's
it's
so
like, yo,
true.
you're not gonna see
That's
the
so
process all the time, but no, I got little things running around in my head, and you gonna get that end result and be happy about it in the
I
end.
love that. I really, really love that answer. Damn,
Toy
that was
Story.
deep too. That was deep. I love the
Toy
gems.
Story, yeah.
That's exactly, yo, that's crazy how you put that just now. Cause now even to your world, you know, they like standing still. I like that. They playing dead or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's that. But to you, you know, they're alive and
Yeah,
kicking.
they moving around.
Yo, that's amazing. I like how you put that. I love that. A great answer.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta love that, y'all, for real. Y'all got to.
Okay, are you currently in love? And if not, are you looking for love? And how important do you feel it is to have a supportive partner?
Currently, I'm in love with myself. I'm in love with myself. But I'm not saying, like, I'm not gonna ever fall in love with somebody. But in order to me, how it works, you know, you gotta fall in love with yourself in order to love someone else, you know, to the fullest, you know. So, you know, to me, when I first started my journey, like I told y'all before, you know, I didn't love myself. I didn't like the way I looked. I was all messed up mentally, you know. But along my journey, these past 2-3 years, you know, I began to love myself to the fullest, you know. And I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm willing to share myself to someone now. Now I got a whole different outlook, because back then I was just, you know, running wild, you know, just being in everybody's face and giving out energy and knowing that how important that is now, you know, as far as energy exchange and all of that fun stuff. You know, it's just my whole new outlook is just like, you know, just truly to love myself to the fullest, you know, and know that my love will be able to pour in someone else's cup as well, you know, as far when we do get into a relationship and start rolling, you know, because at the end of the day, I would never want the relationship to rely on just one person or feel like the person gotta match my vibe or do what I do. You know, I just want that person to be themselves, you know, to love themselves to the fullest, you know, because I think that's how you keep the relationship alive and going.
Yeah.
You know, the more you embrace the love that you have for yourself and what you bring to the table. You know, I don't want to not bring something to the table, you know, as far as me getting into a relationship. I forgot, what was that third part of the question?
How important do you think it is to have a supportive partner?
Yeah, I think it's very important, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because they're there to, you know, give you a little push, you know. Yo, you slacking? Hold on, let me lift you back up. I got you, you know. You can never do it's good to do things alone, you know, but at some point, you know, that's when you need the other people, you know, or that significant lover, that partner that you have will be A1 to you, you know, as far as whatever you're doing with your career, you know, and even your journey in general. I said on one song, you know, because there was this song I did, I forgot what Baz, and I said a line about every king needs some soldiers to rebuild with, and I felt like that's just with anybody, you know. You're always gonna want to rebuild, you know, anything, society, the world, your love for yourself, happiness, joy, whatever it is. You're gonna always want something, or not even want, but have somebody else, you know. So it's always good to have that next partner to be there, you know, to always come home to and be like, it could be a long day from work, and you just a smile from this person that lights you back up or something,
just
you know.
warms you up, resets everything, all that energy.
Yes, you know, it's like hitting that refresh button on your computer. You know, hit that fresh button, just seeing your loved one, you know. So I definitely think like your support system should be A1 when it comes to, you know, just you getting into a relationship. That's very, very important. Very, very important, you know, because you're not meant here to be alone, you know. There's a gazillion people on this planet. You telling me not one person around you? Come on now, man.
For
real. I mean, they there. You just gotta find them. You gotta, and the more you be yourself, the more you attract them. You know? That's the problem, and it's crazy because we're not being ourselves. That's why you keep getting Tom, Dick, and Harry, like all these different type of randos, you know. But when you literally sit down with yourself and start being yourself, start loving yourself, that's when you start attracting really what's for you, you know. So.
Ooh,
definitely go with that.
That was a nugget right there. We out here because we pretending like there are so many things that we're presenting to the outside world that they're seeing, and they're saying, "Oh, I match with that," but the root of you isn't showing.
At
so,
all.
like, how could you ever find the person that was for you if you're never showing yourself? That was deep.
That's very, very true. Very, very true. You know, so I think we should look more into ourselves and understand, you know, like the more you just be yourself, like I said, you gotta truly love yourself, man, to the nitty gritty. You know? And I'm telling you, everything will start attracting to you because you're just giving that energy, that type of vibe out there. You're putting it out there, and I'm telling you, it's gonna wind somebody, and, you know, just like how it usually does. So know that you're a magnet, you know, seriously.
Wow. Yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna have to end because
it is pretty dark.
It is so dark you probably can't even see us.
Well, I love this. We're gonna definitely do part 2.
Yeah, no, we got part 2 for sure.
Yeah, you know,
we have to part 2 because I think we still have some good questions, and we write down in the middle right now. So like a part 2 is gonna be solid. I think that'll be really dope.
I think that our viewers will definitely love that.
Yeah.
But I love you, Kim. Thank you for this opportunity. You know, so much because, like I said, it's about having healthy conversations and dialogue. You know, that literally uplifts each other, us as a unit too, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, it be conversations that literally change your life, you know, and it could be just that one word that you just said this whole time that changed me internally. So just thankful and grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Likewise.
Artist to artist, you feel me?
Artist,
Peace,
man.
peace.
Yeah.
Hey.